I've tried to increase the airflow for this 1050 Ti, but the result was not very beautiful, as you can see. So I started to model another case in Tinkercad, and this is the final version. The first version, the red one, was a bit too tight for the fan, so that's why I decided to go with the blue one. It was already designed by someone to use the normal fan, the stock one, but now I wanted to use a Noctua one, specifically the 92 millimeters. So I redesigned it a bit. It's not made by me from scratch. It's, let's say, a redesign from the first version. The bracket was also used in the R9 2070. So we got just 4 screws to have this graphics card open, and the 4 screws are just keeping the PCB in place, and we have another 4 screws which is keeping the radiator attached to the case. We have the fan connector, which needs also to be removed because the stock fan is stuck to the case, so we don't need it. Also, it's not providing sufficient current for the Noctua fan, so we will use an external connection. We will plug it into the chassis fan pin on the motherboard. To attach the heatsink, we will use the same screws, so we will keep the stock screws. This is the version that I've designed from scratch. Unfortunately, it's a bit smaller, and it's also smaller as the fan. The fan doesn't fit. So I will also post this version. Maybe someone wants to work with it and maybe modify it to keep the fan, because this is a slimmer version. As you can see, I'm having a hard time fitting the fan, especially that it has those rubber brackets. Oh well. I will use this version. It's a bit more wider, and as the first the stock version is, it's not going through the entire PCB, but I guess this is better for ventilation. Here you can see the version that I've used in order to redesign mine. So shout out for the previous designer. Here I've mounted the fan the wrong way because I will need the connector to be on the bottom of the case. Now it's on the top of the case, but I'll figure that out later and I will need to switch it. The bracket doesn't fit exactly, so it has a bit of room, and this is because it will be kept in place with the screws on the top of the radiator. As you'll see, the screws will keep it in place. So this is also why I did it like this, and also because it didn't fit in another way. So we had to have enough room to fit everything. I think the radiator is also in the wrong position. As you can see, the screws are holding the bracket now, so everything is tight. But we will have to reverse the radiator, I think, because it has one small part and one bigger part, and it has to be with the bigger part with the brackets on the side that is open. So keep that in mind if you want to print this. The longer side will have to be on the open side, on the back of the board, let's say. Now we will have the back part, which will protect all the components from the PCB. I had several cases in the past where I tried to remove a graphics card and I just smacked the heatsink from the CPU and some capacitors just blew away. So it's, let's say, a safety measure. Here we are using the same stock screws. And that's the final version. I've used matte PETG for this one. I had some failed prints with matte PETG. As you can see, the cable is not long enough, so I have to turn the fan. And now it's on the bottom. I've had some failed prints with matte PETG, and if this happens to you, failed means that it won't, it will just stick a lot more than needed to the bed, so you have to get the bed maybe 5 or 10 degrees lower. Okay, now this is the final version. As we will start it, the fan will also start spinning. In the future, I'm planning to remove that 60 or 80 millimeters. I think it's an 80 millimeters fan because it's a bit louder that I would prefer. I think it's an Arctic one, but not sure why it's loud. Now it stopped because I just stopped the testing. I hope this is helpful. It's printing a new case. It's much cheaper than buying a replacement, which will for sure be secondhand or refurbished from AliExpress. And you can add your unique design to it. I hope this helps, as it helped me to improve. For the future, we will use the Noctua fan also for the side of the case, so we won't have any noise created.